In yesterday's session, there were two things I wanted to clarify. The first one is the institutional framework in which the negotiations are taking place. It is taking place in an informal platform organized and led by the OECD, which has no mandate whatsoever to determine rules for international taxation. The G20 does not represent only 20 countries, and it has no right to give a mandate for a universal rule-making or standard setting. So, and then the second thing is, this is a process in which there is no accountability and transparency. We don't know, we have no possibility of challenging positions of governments or negotiators participating into that process. It is a very informal process in which the possibility for using stick and carrots is possible, where manipulation is possible. It is led by a very powerful OECD secretariat, which is not fulfilling the criteria of being neutral among the negotiating positions to facilitate intergovernmental negotiation. It is a partisan. It is a big challenge. The third and important one is there is a pace to it, which our citizens have not participated in the whole debate. Our governments are being now arm-twisted to take a position which will lock us into an agreement, which might mean maybe gaining a penny today but losing a pound tomorrow. So it is a very fast process. Citizens are not participating. They are not able to hold negotiators into account. This is the institutional framework. It is not transparent. There is no framework of accountability. There is no possibility of influencing positions of the respective governments in the process. If you look at the climate negotiations, for example, we had the possibility of influencing the overall agenda, and at the same time also influencing the individual country positions within this negotiation process. This is not possible in this framework. This is one. The second one is, one of the proposal now being indirectly pushed is a US proposal. The US proposal is to say, yes, this needs a reform. We'll take into consideration that there are routine profits and residual profits. The reform will be to apportion the residual profits using some criteria. But the problem is, the definition of what is residual and what is routine profit is going to be left open. And the American delegation leader has said, don't worry, the residual profit will be a very, very small part of it. So what will happen is, and then they are demanding a mandatory dispute resolution mechanism. So we are afraid that they will lock us into an agreement which will make possible the perpetuation of profit shifting, because if the majority of transaction is going to continue on the principle of arm's length, then profit shifting will continue. We will leave 90% of it to the old methodology and are going to scramble to share the 10% remaining, which is now declared residual, and the companies will have the right to even to dispute that and take you to court. And you know what it means for an African country to go to court with a multinational. So that is why we are saying we are not prepared as citizens, our governments are not prepared to take a position on this. No deal is better than a bad deal. And then the framework is, this inclusive framework is nothing. It has no legal foundation. Trump can disband it with a tweet, because it is happening outside. That is the risk we are running. So it will be forced to follow the US line so that it can even exist. Two main points. One, the institutional framework within which the negotiation is happening is not democratic, is not transparent, is not accountable. Two, the compromise consensus being prepared is disadvantageous for developing countries. That is the main reason we are objecting to it.